Hey everybody, it's Flyin Ryan here with a review of the Lian Sheng LS-215. This is another 3D inverted flying quad. This is basically the same as the LS-216 that I just reviewed, but in a different body. But I mean, as far as all the buttons and everything go, it's all the same. And this one's really weird because um, we've got this, recycled transmitter that they've used for a bunch of other models that, it says photo and video on the top here, but they don't actually do anything at all with this model. They say that clicking the left stick is supposed to change rates, but it also is supposed to do flip to inverted. So as far as I can tell, it just flips to inverted, and there is no changing rates on this. So you've only got one rate. But it does have a pretty good yaw rate on it, and it's a pretty decent rate for flying. So you don't really need to change rates, but it's just confusing that they don't have it listed right. So anyway, you click the left stick and then move the right stick to flip inverted, but you can click the right stick and then move the right stick to do a normal full flip. So that's kind of cool that you can go to inverted or a normal full flip. Um, if you do your inverted click and then flip forward or backwards, the controls will reverse forward and backwards, so you can actually end up flying it backwards by doing that. So that's kind of interesting. It does have headless mode by using the throttle trim to turn it on and off. It has LEDs in it, which, yeah, they're out here on the motor mounts. The front are white and the back are green, so that's a little bit weird. When you have white and green, they tend to kind of blend together. But it has a normal battery here that you can plug in and out, but then it has an on-off switch on the side. I recently reviewed, this is like a little camera quad, so you can see where it still has where the camera lens would be and like where all the memory card would go and everything. But that one had an internal battery, so it's cool that they actually did make it, where it's got a compartment and you can swap the battery out. However, I find it weird that they didn't remove all this extra weight, of the camera stuff that's no longer necessary. So it is a little bit heavy. It's not quite as heavy as the 216, so I did find that this one flies better. It flips to inverted and recovers a little bit faster, just because it's a little bit less heavy than the 216. So that's pretty nice. We've also got a full set of spare props, the standard USB charging cable, and our battery is a 350 milliamp 350 milliamp hour 1S LiPo. That takes 27 minutes to charge. You get about 4-minute and 15-second flights with a 15-second LVC warning. You can recalibrate it. This is one of those ones where you have to do it right after you bind. So that first time you give throttle to bind it up, then you hold the left stick down left and the right stick up left. So I think that's like the CX10. So that's how you calibrate it, the accelerometer. Let's see. Anything else to say about this one? Nope, looks like that covers it. So let's go take it for a flight. Alright, this is the flight review of the Lian Sheng LS-215. Basically the same thing as the LS-216 that I recently reviewed, only with a different body design. So still has some of the same issues and not super stable, a little heavy for 3D. We'll go ahead and give her a flight. And no changing rates. Even though it says it has rates, it doesn't actually work. So this is our one rate, our yaw rate. It's a decent yaw rate, not too bad. Go ahead and do a normal flip with the right stick, and then a 3D flip with the left stick. And the controls do reverse. So you fly just like normal when you're inverted. So inverted full flip with the right stick. And now we'll flip back to upright. So I think this one's a little bit lighter than the 216, or the 216. So it seems to fly a little bit better. It doesn't have quite as many problems, you know, recovering from inverted. Doesn't sound like it's working quite as hard while inverted. So I feel like this flies a little bit better than that one. Still not as good as some of the other 3D flyers though. And the fact that you can't change rates is really bizarre. This does have really nice bright LEDs on it. Let's check those out. Got the green in the back and the white in the front. The white's quite a bit dimmer than the green, it looks like. But very visible. I'd call this a night flyer. Let's see them upside down. Still very visible. It's kind of weird when it flips inverted. It just drops. It doesn't climb at all. So you kind of have to get it up high and then just let it fall down as it flips to inverted. Put the lights back on. Just fly it a little bit. So yeah, I think I like this better than the 216, though I do like how the 216 looks better than this. I think this is a kind of an ugly body design, but it definitely flies better. Guess we can test the prop guards a little bit. Hey, that worked pretty well. A little, you know, wobbly, but that was a good hard hit. Yeah, looks like the prop guards actually work pretty well, and the flight controller does a good job of recovering. Not bad. So yeah, I mean, there's some things I quite like about it, and there's some things that aren't great, like the no rates. That was kind of an interesting crash. Ah, come out of there. I'm just taking in for a landing. Alright. Nice little bounce, but that was pretty good and centered. Well, there we go. That's the Lian Sheng LS-215 3D inverted flying quad. Kind of ugly, but you know, it actually functions a little bit better than the other body design, so something to consider. If that interests you, check the video description for a price and purchase link, and I thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.